Welcome to Ephrom, Josine, the cauldron of opinionated commentary on political issues and some more stuff. I was trying to do an intro there. Did it work out? I don't really know. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about something I'm sick of seeing from the American left, and I think one of the main reasons the left is in shambles right now. I think the whole reason the left is so broken is because we really have two sides to it. The political side, which is really just right-wing in disguise, and the social side, which is this far-left social justice warrior mentality that I'm really annoyed of seeing. And one of the big things with them is they were against Donald Trump's idea to build a wall around the Mexican-U.S. border. And they were, of course, I refuted an article talking about why Trump supporters think they need the wall. They don't. But one thing that I've heard from the left is, oh no, he shouldn't deport any immigrants. Yes, he should. If they came here illegally, they should be deported because, and the thing is, I'm not somebody saying, they're taking our jobs, because they're not. Or if they are, they're taking below minimum wage jobs. I believe the process of becoming a U.S. citizen should be quite a bit easier, in fact. I do believe, though, they should have to, learn our language and at least be able to speak it casually. They shouldn't have to, if they can't speak it as well as, a 30-year-old who's always lived in America, that's fine. But in my opinion, they should at least be able to speak it to the point where I can understand what they're saying. They should have at least comprehensible English. I shouldn't have to learn Spanish just in case, basically. And at the same time, I have strong feelings against illegal immigration. I think all illegal immigrants should be deported. Now, why is that? Why do I feel like? Because I don't think they're taking our jobs. They're taking below minimum wage jobs. I don't think they're draining our government system. I do think there are so many homeless people that it's kind of suspicious. If that makes any sense. I don't believe they're a reason for it, though. And I don't believe, welfare leeching is this big of a deal. I think it definitely exists, and the people who, are caught doing it should be forced to repay every single cent that they spent on it, that we spent on them. But I don't think it's everyone on welfare is doing it. I don't believe that in the slightest. My main issue with keeping illegal immigrants here and having open borders is, first off, that just leads to a chaotic society. A society where anyone could come in. That's why, because Mexico has had so lax borders for a long time, that's why a lot of criminals went to Mexico. Because they had so lax borders that you could easily sneak in. I don't know if they do anymore. I don't think they do anymore. I think now they have strict borders, and now you go to Mexican jail, which no one wants to go to, let's be real. You could be the most race-tolerant person, and I'm not racist. I don't consider myself racist. If I have said something that you consider racist, let me know, and we'll discuss it. But even the most, race-tolerant person in the world who's genuinely has no clue what race is, they'll tell you if you ever ask them, would you rather go to any other jail or a Mexican jail? They'll say any other jail because, have you ever seen a Mexican jail? I think it's violated here by the 8th Amendment. Which is something, the guy we just talked about, I think it was Kirk Schilling should learn. Was that his name? I forget already. He was the guy we just talked about a video ago. Kurt Schilling, I believe is what his name was. My bad. And second off, they are committing crimes. Now, some people will say, no, not all immigrants are criminals. I'm not saying they are. And some will say, well, not all illegal immigrants are criminals. And I'm saying, well, let's break down the word illegal. Illegal means against the law, which would make you a criminal if you committed it. Therefore, committing illegal immigration makes you a criminal. And one of the reasons Mexico was so disastrous for a long time was because they let anyone in. It was so easy to get into Mexico for a long time. So criminals went there. It was a disaster. I do not want America to become the second Mexico. Now, don't get me wrong. It's projected that in the future, 55% of America will be Latino. I'm perfectly fine with. I don't really mind as long as all 55% of them, as in 100% of those 55%, came here legally or were born here, that's fine. But at the same time, if they came here illegally, deport them. And let the country know. Because, like, every other place has an immigration policy. Canada does. And if you break it, you go to jail, or you get kicked out. Mexico does, and I believe you go to Mexican jail, which, oh god, no one wants to go there. Even if you escape, from North Korea to China, which you can do in North Korea, little known fact. It costs about $7,000 to do, though, and your average salary in North Korea is $1,500, so it's just really hard to do. Uh, then you go to jail, you get kicked out back to North Korea. So I think we need an immigration policy. I do think we should deport all the illegals. And this isn't a nationalist thing either. I do not believe in nationalism. If all of these immigrants were Canadian or Italian, or heck, even if it was Americans migrating to other places illegally, I'd be saying the exact same thing. No, you broke a law, you do the crime, you come back here. Sorry, but that's just how it should work. So stop defending illegal immigration is what I'm saying. I'm Cifro Joe, and good night.